6:15 or yeah, 6:15. Did not sleep the best, but it's so short.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
So today, I'm going rabbit hunting. I'm home from school because school is shut down. Ice storm came through and we're out for another week so they can recover. Alright guys, just got out of the shower. Like I said, today we're going rabbit hunting because I'm back home from school. I'll tell y'all a little bit more about that in a minute. And yeah, let's get this day started. Alright, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Braxton. I'm a 19-year-old college student at the University of Mississippi. Majoring in business and psychology, and I came in on the pre-dental track, but I just switched to the pre-vet track recently. And I think the most important thing about me is I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and like I grew up in church. I was always around it, growing up and stuff, but I never really found my own way in my own relationship with him until freshman year of college, which would be last year. And it's weird because it's not like I didn't remember him or know who he was or know those stories from growing up and everything, but I had never put my faith and my trust in him, really. Does that make sense? And junior and senior year of high school, I kind of went down a path that I didn't necessarily want to be on. I fell into that life of partying and girls and all these different things, and at the end of it, it ultimately left me unfulfilled. The whole promise of it is that, hey, these things will make you happy. These things will fulfill you. This is what you're supposed to do, right? And that's what I believed for a long time, and I went down that path and I acted according to that. But like I said, when I got to the end of it, I found out, hey, this was all a lie. It lasts for a moment and then it's gone. But the thing about Jesus is he's consistent, right? He's constantly there, he's constantly showing up, and he gives you that fulfillment. I heard somebody say one time, our heart is a glove and Jesus' hand's the only one that'll fit in that glove, we were created to have a relationship with God, and that's why we feel like we need something, some people think, oh, maybe it's money's what's gonna make me happy, or maybe it's success, all these different things, people thinking that I'm someone will make me feel like someone, and all this stuff is lies, you can ask most people. I saw recently with Jim Carrey when he was getting an award or something, and he was like, oh yeah, well, I'll just get another one, and basically saying that it's not fulfilling, right? That he had thought his entire career and everything that this would fulfill him, and then he got it, and then it's oh, it doesn't, so what do you do then? You just wasted your entire life trying to get this. What do you do now? So I'm very grateful for God and for Jesus to reveal me all of these things at a younger age, where I'm not 20, 30 years down the road and then I'm I just wasted my entire life, And I'm not saying it's necessarily a waste for some people, right? Through those years, I made some great friendships with people. I learned some valuable lessons that I wouldn't trade for anything, right? And God has a plan for everyone, and not everyone's path looks the same in that sense. So anyways, yeah, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I gave my life to him and he completely changed it. I was looking for purpose. I was looking for my identity, which was a big part of it. I was well, who am I? I have a very obsessive personality. And for a while, say I watched a spy movie, right, as a kid, then I would want all the spy stuff, and I would be super about that for a week or two, and then it would fade, and then it would be something else, and it'd be another obsession, and then it would fade, and I constantly had these obsessions, but I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do, you know what I mean? But as I got closer to Jesus, I was man, who does he say I am? He says I'm called, he says I'm chosen, he says I'm loved, and all these different things, and I was man, if he says that, I should act according to that and believe that, rather than just going with the wind, being like, I don't really know who I am, I just kind of know where I'm at, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, all these different things. It's like, no, he gives us that purpose, he gives us that protection and that blanket, but also, like, we have a job, you know. We're supposed to go out and make disciples. We're supposed to love God with everything we have. We're supposed to love our neighbors ourselves, all these different things. And like, that's our purpose, that's our calling. We're supposed to please God. And whenever you're apart from that and you're living apart from that, obviously you're not going to feel fulfilled, because you're not walking in your purpose, you know. But yeah, my name's Braxton, and I was so scared to do something like this for so long, you know. Like, I had seen the people on YouTube making the videos and everything, and I was like, man, I would love to do that, you know, that'd be awesome. And then I'd pick up a camera and just kind of look at it and be like, and it felt so forced. Like, I couldn't just sit here and talk to a camera. But now I've, like, grown into myself more, become more confident with myself. And also, like, embarrassment's such a weird thing, you know. Like, if someone I know from high school or whatever is watching this now, and then they text me like, hey man, I saw your YouTube video, and that would make me feel weird, you know. And like, they may not even mean it weird, but to me it would come off as like, oh, that's really weird, you know. Like, I don't like that. But now, like I said, I've grown so much in that sense. Thank you, all praise to Jesus for that, you know. And yeah, now I'm gonna try it out, not for necessarily anyone else, just for mainly myself, to show the growth that I've had, but also to share some lessons along the way that I've gotten. Like, I started journaling freshman year of college, when I first got to college, and now I can look back on it and see, like, man, where was I in my headspace at this time? What was going on in my life at this time? Because, like, we have all these photographs and stuff we can look back on and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like, this is what was going on here, this is who I was around and everything. But we don't have that necessarily for, like, our mental space, you know. And I feel like that's super important, to be able to know, like, hey, I wasn't feeling very good here, maybe let's see what could have led up to that, you know. And like, how did we go about that way, and what happened because of that, you know. Like, looking back and seeing how all the different situations planned out. Or even on a less serious note, just to look back and be like, man, I forgot about that, you know. That was super cool, that was super fun. Because there's certain things, I think, that they may make our day, they may even make our week, but if they don't make our month or our year, we may not necessarily remember them, you know. It's hard to remember things if you don't have something attached to that. Even like a song. Like, I know I have so many songs that if I hear them, I'm like, oh man, that takes me back to whatever. And it's just so different. Like, it's really a deeper connection with that. But anyways, yeah. Ole Miss, oh yeah. So, Ole Miss, University of Mississippi, which is where I go to school, is like completely wrecked. Like, the town of Oxford is completely wrecked. I mean, obviously the crews are doing some great work to get it back going and like get all the trees cleaned up and everything, but a huge ice storm came through, right? And like, I don't know about everyone else, but me and my friends, we were kind of like, all right, like, they're saying all this stuff's gonna happen. I mean, it may be bad, but we don't think it's gonna be that bad. And so we went to the grocery store and we got like what we could, but I mean, they had like, the only thing they had was like a little small pack of bagels, but it was only like 2 bagels in it. It also looked really disgusting, so we didn't have any bread or whatever. And luckily we had some water and stuff stocked up, and like we had bought like Cheez-Its and you know, like snacks and cookies and all that good stuff. I bought some stuff to put on the grill too, but we didn't even end up using it. But anyways, yeah, so the storm came through and our power went out. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before. It went Friday night. That's when the power went out, and like, you could hear the trees like snap, and it was like, it sounded like a war zone outside of my apartment. It was like boom, and then you would like, a tree would just fall. It was the weirdest thing ever. But yeah, so Oxford's really trying to recover right there. And with that being said, we were out of school last week, we're out of school this week, so I'm back home right now. And normally I wouldn't be home because I have a job. I work at an animal clinic in Oxford, so I have to like be up there even whenever, most of the time, even whenever school's not in. But with this, my mom was like, hey man, like, you don't have power. They're finna turn the water off probably for like a certain amount of time to try and get everybody else's water back on, and like all these different issues that we were facing. And she was like, yeah, how about you just come on home? So that's what I did, so I'm home. But yeah, today we're going rabbit hunting. I'm going with my stepdad and my grandpa and I think some other guy, but I've never been rabbit hunting before. I mean, I've been turkey hunting, duck hunting, and deer hunting, and all the fishing and all the good stuff, you know, but like, I'd asked my grandpa, I was like, what do you use for rabbit hunting? Do you use a 22? And he was like, no, you use a shotgun. I'm like, all right. I mean, I didn't know that. But, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Hi, sweet girl. What you think? Oh, it's a sweetheart. Look at that leg. Hey, Fleur. Good morning. Did you sleep good? Did you sleep good? The other day I was going through some old stuff and I found this. I got to looking at it. 10 years old. This is my Bible Joe's Bible. And like, really a big fan of the King James Version. I really mainly read like New International or Christian Standard. But at the same time, like, this is the words that 9-10-year-old Braxton was reading. So like the same Bible too, so it's pretty cool to like go back and read. And I mean, I didn't really annotate or like highlight or anything on this one because it's my Bible Joe's Bible and we couldn't do that. But still, it's so cool. Like, I can't imagine, like, I found my old church camp book too, like all the notes and stuff. So I can't imagine in like 10-15 years finding all the stuff from now whenever I was more like detailed and like put a lot of time and effort into it, which is one of the reasons I wanted to start journaling. I think it's just so cool. Look at that. Hey, hello. She's not a big fan of the camera. Hi. I'll make a video soon talking about her and about how we met each other and everything and how she came into my life. But I'm gonna get dressed and go rabbit hunting. Time to go.
Yeah. You just threw us 2 bags out there. Get all of yours, kids.
That's a new one. There you go. I heard you get up. Come on, Doctor.
I'm here. I'm practicing for turkey season.
That's a turkey one right there.
Talk turkey.
One thing about a rabbit now, he gonna make a circle and come back where he jumped every time. Hillbillies is gonna be a small circle. A swamp rabbit is gonna be a big circle.
Okay.
You see him going?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They got that one. I'm gonna put them in the side you in. It's like it's driving this way.
Keep your eye peeled down through there. No one nor sneak. Dog, you turn loose.
8. Who is that right there? That's another hunter.
Got them all, huh?
That's another hunter there. Or that Gilla.
That's some of us.
Oh.
But it ought to be something right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown softening in there too. Some of y'all go down that road there.
Now in Oxford, Mississippi.
Do what?
I said now in Oxford, Mississippi.
You know, birds fly upside down over that place, right?
That's all right.
You're not spending the library up there.
Which one?
Not the real one.
That's what I like to see right there. Get the hook.
Well, I killed 2 rabbits. What you doing, girl? Hey. Go play. Go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Come here. Come here.
Why y'all didn't kill any?
Alright guys, rabbit hunting was fun. I really enjoyed it. I got pretty hungry around like 10 o'clock, and I was kind of under the impression that rabbit hunting was a lot like deer hunting, you know, where you only hunt till like 10 o'clock maybe at the latest, at first. And then you go get breakfast, you know? No, we completely skipped breakfast, straight to lunch, so I just scarfed down my lunch, and now I think I'm gonna take a nap. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video, because I don't really want to be filming my entire life, you know, just kind of like bits and pieces, because I still want to be present in my my own life, you know. And I feel like a lot of times if you're trying to video everything, it causes some like conflicts with that and everything, but I don't know. So yeah, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment. Can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, I think for my next video, I'm going to like introduce y'all to my dog and tell y'all some more about her. For those of you that don't know, she has 3 legs, so stay tuned for that. All right, see ya.